Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in. So before I start talking about these interesting scenarios that are being flashed looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame, I want you guys to do me a favor and quickly destroy that like button. And if you want to support me even further, a comment is always appreciated. Thank you very much. Now, if we look at the price action of Bitcoin in a weekly time frame, we can see, guys, this ideal buy for investor from Stan Weinstein is playing out perfectly, because if you have been following me for a while, I showed you price has already found support at this horizontal trend line. Price has also found support above this 30-week moving average, and according to this Stan Weinstein, whenever we see that happening, the price of Bitcoin is going to start with a new impulsive movement. And if you look in our case, this is exactly what is unfolding after we found support above this horizontal trend line, support above this 30-week moving average. And now, since the price of Bitcoin is above 35,000 resistance line, what to expect next? Because guys, this 35,000 resistance line was definitely considered as an important line of resistance, which we have already broken. So if the weekly candle in our case manages to find proper support above this horizontal trend line, which sits around 35,000 range, the upcoming days for Bitcoin could be even more bullish. Yes guys, the next area of confluence where we could be getting attracted might be above 40,000 range. So this 40,000 or above 40,000 will be looked at as our upcoming target if the price of Bitcoin manages to find proper support above 35,000 range, because we know it's not just only this horizontal trendline resistance which we have broken this time, but we have also broken the resistance from this rising trend line, which acted as a line of resistance. Yes, in the past price action, we found out whenever the price of Bitcoin during an uptrend got rejected around this rising trend line, what followed after that? A pullback. Another similar scenario happened here. Price got attracted towards this rising trend line, but we got rejected and then a pullback. In our case, the price of Bitcoin was also expected to show some weakness, but this time it has clearly managed to pierce through this trend line. So according to this rising trend line as well, if the price of Bitcoin in a weekly time frame manages to find proper support above 35,000, then the coming days for Bitcoin could turn even more bullish. And now, not just only this, guys, what I want to share with you here is even more interesting. You guys were aware, I showed you on my previous video, the price of Bitcoin in a daily time frame has flashed golden cross after almost 265 days, right? This is a bullish scenario, and in most of the cases we have found out after golden cross, after some shakeout, price at the end has started with a new impulsive movement. In our case, this is also golden cross, price is also showing bullishness. But what I'm going to do next, show this Williams alligator indicator, and we have been talking about this Williams alligator indicator since a couple of weeks. I showed you whenever we have seen RSI line jumping above 50 level, MACD forming a bullish cross, T3CCI in a positive territory, what has happened after that? This Williams alligator indicator has turned bullish, and bullish when we see this green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom. You can see each and every time whenever we have seen green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, what has happened with price action? It has turned very bullish. But if you switch this into weekly time frame, you can see, guys, even in a weekly time frame, this is a bullish crossover. Yes, this is a very, very bullish scenario, because in the past price action, in a weekly time frame, whenever we have seen this happening, or even in a monthly time frame, you can see even in a monthly time frame, this Williams alligator indicator is turning bullish, and this doesn't happen all the time. So that's why, guys, even in a bigger picture, you can see in a monthly time frame, RSI is still over 50, MACD has turned bullish because this here is a bullish crossover in a monthly time frame, and even the T3CCI is in a positive territory. So even in a bigger picture, price of Bitcoin is really turning bullish. And for now, one area where we could be possibly hitting is this 0.5.618 Fibonacci line, because I have also been talking about this scenario since a couple of weeks. In the past price action, we found out whenever the price of Bitcoin had a very similar scenario, just like here from 2018 to 2019, 364 days of downtrend, right? 364 days of downtrend. Price found bottom, started breaking here to the upside. We started with the impulsive movement and we also found support above this 21 weekly EMA. What happened after that? That resulted in a impulsive move which brought us in between 0.5, 0.618 Fibonacci line, and only after that started showing weakness, right? You can see here. This is very similar what is unfolding in our case as well. Price found bottom, price has found support above this 21 weekly EMA, and now we are clearly showing bullishness. So if we are also going to see another scenario just like from this past price action, then in between 0.5, 0.618 is where we could be getting attracted, and only after that the price is expected to show another continuation here to the downside. So bigger picture clearly shows the price for the coming days might be favoring the longs, but there is only one thing which is bothering me right now, and that is this leading indicator. The price of Bitcoin right now does look bullish. We are aware of that, right? Even in a bigger picture, things are turning very bullish, but the price in our case is choosing a trend duration without touching any of this trend line. And I follow this indicator, right? This is one of my favorite indicator. So in our case, the price is clearly above this trend line, which makes this CPR a VCPR, Virgin CPR. So that means until the end of this November month, there is a very high probability of price testing this CPR line once, and only after that choose a trend duration, because this is exactly what happened here as well in October month. Right? I showed you the price of Bitcoin started showing bullishness without touching any of this trend line, right? You can see here we start new month of October where we started showing impulsiveness. We didn't touch the CPR line. What happened after that? It got attracted towards this monthly R1 line, this green line, and all of a sudden got attracted towards this trend line before starting with a new impulsive movement. So in our case, we could see another similar scenario unfolding. If this is going to be a bullish continuation for Bitcoin, then this green line, the monthly R1 line, is going to be looked as our upcoming target, which sits around $37,850. So after reaching around that area, we could see another move here like this. Price once and for all testing the support from this November CPR, which sits around 33,400 to 31,000 range. So this line could still be attracting us even after some bullish move, which could be happening very, very soon. So that means if the price of Bitcoin does get attracted after this bullish move around 37,800, does get attracted here to the downside, this does not make the price bearish, because price remaining above this November CPR or above 33,400 means the coming month, which is going to be December, is going to be even more bullish. So that's why, guys, even if the price does shows another weakness or around this 33,400, 33,500 range, parallelly, that could be also a retest, because you can see this ascending channel has already been broken. Price right now is showing clear sign of bullishness. But if this is going to fade out after reaching the price objective from this monthly R1 line, we have to be careful, right? We could see another move like this. If we do see price getting attracted towards this November CPR, 33,400, 33,500, then that could be also a retest from this ascending channel. So this ascending channel upper trend line could be retested, and it will be looked as a temporary retracement before we start with another continuation here like this. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that even if the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term shows bullishness, there might be a final shakeout, price liquidating the overall average long, coming back to test this key line, and only after that start with another impulsiveness. Because if you would look at this price structure around this area to see what the price of Bitcoin is doing right now in a smaller time frame, you can see around that area as well, we are following this ascending channel whose upper trend line has already been broken, because we found out this upper trend line here was considered as a line of resistance, lower trend line was considered as a line of support. So in our case, this upper trend line has already been broken. This means small retracement like this could be happening, but the overall trend direction still looks here to the north. So what I'm trying to say here is that the price has definitely built a strong support above 30,000. So any sort of a retracement here in the medium short term, even if the price, instead of breaking it to the upside, instead of getting attracted towards this monthly arrow line, gets attracted here to the downside, nothing to worry. That will be looked as a temporary retracement before we see another continuation here to the upside. So overall, things are looking very bullish for Bitcoin. And even if we do see any shakeout, that will be just a temporary shakeout. So these were all what I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please do not hesitate to hit that like button. But if you are watching this for the first time, then hit the subscribe button and bell as well. Thank you very much.